What up, what up? This is the man of the hour, Leo Rush, and you are watching THS Wrestling.
What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody had a great weekend and a good Monday, but it's Tuesday, and this is THS Wrestling Presents That Wrestling Show. Thomas, what's going on? Matthew, what's going on? Hope everybody had a great weekend. We're going to be talking about the Forbidden Door. We're going to be talking about Dewdrop. We're going to be talking about a bunch of other stuff. We're going to be talking about Hangman Adam Page for sure.
Dewdrop.
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 We're going to get to all that. My name is John, and I'm joined by Neeson. Neeson, how are you, man?
Hey, man. I can't say anything, but I'm just a cool-ass black man doing cool-ass things with my dope-ass friends like J.P. Thrice.
Tipping my hat to you.
The Twitch affiliate, J.P. Thrice.
24 subscribers. I don't know.
Let's go, baby.
Swig a beer for the working man. You know what, Matthew? I did hear that, and I wish I had watched it before we had gone live. I heard Hard to Kill was absolutely amazing. I had a bunch of friends telling me how great it was and that they were going to check it out. Looks like it was a fantastic time. And we're going to be talking about Mickie James in a minute here. But Ken, what's going on, man? Hope you had a good weekend. Man, we got a lot to talk about. I want to talk about one thing that I don't know if you saw, Neeson.
What?
I finally caught up on New Japan. I finally caught up on Wrestle Kingdoms Night 1 and 2. Overall, pretty good event. Haven't watched the third night yet. Noah versus I got to catch up on that. But dude, Kenta took the craziest bump, and he's out. He's out of action for a while. I don't know if you knew that, but
wow,
no,
I did not.
Fell off the top of a really tall ladder, face first, into a trash can. Thomas, did you just give us a super chat? Is that what it's called?
Super chat.
Chat. Lesnar versus Reigns for title unification is the plan. So let's talk about this.
We got to talk about this.
We got to talk about this because Thomas threw it up. He's like, let's go. Do we think this is the right move? First of all, and who wins this match?
Well, I would love to hear Thomas's thoughts on it, but I would say, hell no, it's not the right move. Do not unify the titles now. Double title, absolutely. I'm all for that. Title, have a title for title match, but unifying a title at Mania, absolutely not. We cannot have one champion across these two completely different field shows. It just won't work. And plus, now you're taking away opportunities for MacGuffins for wrestlers to actually fight for on separate brands. Yes, I use MacGuffins. Damn it. Yeah.
MacGuffins. He straight up said MacGuffins. How has there never been a wrestler named MacGuffin in WWE?
And in that everybody like the gimmick. Matter of fact, Reggie's name should be called MacGuffin, and everybody chases him.
Reggie MacGuffin.
And
my God!
Everybody chases him, and it never means a thing because it's just a forever going story. Wow, that would be super meta. Wow.
So they did tease it, Thomas. Yeah, that's what. That's another thing we kind of wanted to talk about because we already have roaming champions that are just going wherever they want. So it's almost like we don't have. I mean, we do have a proper brand split still, but it feels like if you're a certain somebody, you can go wherever you want. Yeah. It's just like that's their forbidden door. Yes. It is SmackDown and Raw, and I guess NXT because AJ Styles is down there now.
It's called the Prohibited Portal. That's what that's what theirs is called. The Prohibited Portal.
So, I mean, I guess to chat, would you want to see a unification match? I kind of, I've always liked the idea, but it almost seems like they also like the idea, but they never really follow through with it for too long. It's always like, oh, we unified the titles, yay! Now we have one champion, and then Triple H is awarded the big gold belt by Eric Bischoff. It's just like stuff like that.
I'm back.
Or we just reset and everybody, yeah. So it's just like random stuff like that. I always like the idea of it. I almost always like the idea of just having one set of champions that roam between both. I think we talked about this before, where it would be cool, like if you were the Intercontinental Champion and you lost on Raw, then you had to stay on Raw, and that would be a good way to like switch up the brands and stuff like that. People on the brands maybe keep it fresh. I don't know. That's just something I thought would always be cool. But to have like Lesnar or Reigns be both the world champion or the WWE champion and the Universal champion defending both belts, we could get some crazy stuff where we're defending. I know Naito did it once. I can't remember what show he did it, but he defended the Intercontinental and then the World Heavyweight title. You could do stuff like that, and I think that would be crazy. And I know Rollins did that with the Intercontinental and the was he Universal or was he WWE champion? I don't know. It doesn't matter. Unification, but retire the Universal title with the big gold belt with the current updated design. I don't know if they're. I don't think they're gonna, because I feel like the big gold belt, as much as we all like the big gold belt, I don't think we're ever really going to see that come back, because they have their title.
That was part of a dying brand, brother. That was a dying brand.
They have their like how they want titles to look. Like it's all like a uniform thing now. So I don't think they would randomly go away from that. Now that they finally have gotten away, but who knows? Who knows?
Who knows? But again, like they don't like anything WCW related. So
unless it's Eric Bischoff.
Yeah, unless it's Eric Bischoff, and even that, he's a talent.
Yeah,
he's a talent. But
you know what? Speaking of that, sorry, I just realized that was the first time he came back since he got fired, right? Was that the first time?
Did he come on? Did he do Raw 25? I think he did Raw 25, right?
Was that before or after he got fired, though?
That was. Oh, you mean since? Oh, yes, it was the first time he's been back since he's got fired from running SmackDown and went on Fox. Absolutely correct.
Huh. I mean, that's cool. That was Monday, right? Was that
was
Monday?
Last Monday?
Last Monday.
Yeah.
There you go. I just thought of that because we mentioned him. We brought him up.
Well, not last Monday, but the Monday.
The Monday before. Listen, I want to talk about our new number one contender for the Raw Women's Championship. Doudrop. I watched her little backstage interview afterwards. I liked it. I thought it was very funny. Okay. The match was pretty good from what I saw. But I want to talk about the finish. But one thing I want to talk about is why, and this has nothing to do with Doudrop, why this has nothing to do with the match, Thomas. Why do they always do this thing with the camera where Bianca Belair does a crazy move and we completely miss it until the end? Is that to like give us more drama because we think the pinfall is going to happen, or because she hit a 450 and they're like, she hit 450, and I'm like, we didn't get to see it. It was cool, but
yeah, usually it's done to hide something, right? Like usually it's done so they're hiding something that's gonna come out of nowhere. But I think they just missed that spot. Honestly, I think that was just that was better than the train wreck. Oh, the wedding, the Eric Bischoff wedding. Yeah, I think, or the renewal of the vows. Yeah, I think that spot particularly they just missed, but usually they do that when they go in tight and it's a hold and they're trying to hide from the cameras of somebody running in, or they're trying to make, like you said, it's the drama thing. They with like they did that for the tag titles when what's their name won the tag titles, right? So it was like a tight shot on whoever had the tight, like they hit their finishing move and then Zelina came in or whatever. So that's their telltale. But I just think honestly on that move they missed it because it was they usually will show Bianca hit it, they're super tight on it, she lands, and then it's like something else happens. So they just missed that, Kevin.
The kids love the quick cuts. What up, Kyle? How you doing, man?
It's all because how much MTV kids watch these days. Yeah, man. Us MTV generation.
MTV.
Spring Break 99, baby.
Jock Jams. Let's go.
Let's go. Shout out to Chalkline doing
dude,
the celebrity jams.
Oh my god, dude. Love it.
Just I'm getting an Aaliyah jersey. Come on. Rocking the Aaliyah jersey. Easy.
Absolutely. But we do have a new number one contender, like we said, Doudrop. She won the triple threat between Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair. Yeah. This is, it's a new match. I'm down. I think it also frees up Bianca and Liv to be those what ifs for the Royal Rumble. And I feel like Liv's the biggest what if in that, I would assume. But how do you think this match will go? Is this just to get away from Bianca and Liv, or do you think that Doudrop has a shot here? She tried to go for the rock bottom and found out that she couldn't do it. And then she oh my god, Bex backed off and she's like, I'm good. So what do you think?
She has to bring back the armbar.
Yeah.
She has to bring back the armbar. But I think like Matthew said, glad it's someone new.
Yeah.
That's my first thought. I'm super happy it's someone new. Two, I think this is the year Bianca wins in front of a crowd. I think we're gonna see Bianca and Big E win the Royal Rumble. Yes, I think if anybody is gonna do a Rumble back-to-back win, I think it's Bianca Belair. Not only has she been the star this last calendar year, but she deserves a Royal Rumble win after they beat her in 26 seconds, after she won the first Royal Rumble in front of E-Drones, after she made Doudrop. Doudrop got made by two people, one that's no longer in the company and the other that just sacrificed her stardom to the lamb. The company really put their back on her. It was like, hey, you're this big star, go make Doudrop into what she is. And now she's getting to face Becky Lynch in front of 50,000 plus people at Royal Rumble. Like, kudos to Bianca. Now pay that forward and have her win the Royal Rumble.
I also saw an interesting article that it would almost be like Doudrop and Bianca could be like, I don't want to call it feud B, but it could be like a mainstay feud on Raw without a title for a little bit. What do you think of that?
Doudrop and Bianca? We just had that for like 3 months.
Well, what if we did it for 3 more? I swear that article was like 2 days old. I was like, oh, that might be interesting.
So weird. Clearly those people don't watch Raw, but it could be something. The thing is with that, I honestly think that's a Liv and Bianca feud in between Rumble and Mania. I think that's the feud that should be the
Liv
feud
and Bianca.
Liv and Bianca. I don't know how we cap that, but the one thing about Liv is, look, she proved that Now, mic skills, yeah, but like she proved that she could be able to hang with the best of them. And now she just needs to be in that prominent position. Only thing that I'm scared about Liv is, and this is just me from watching too much wrestling Twitter. I've been watching videos of her at house shows, her coming out, and she's been getting no reaction.
Really?
And yeah, like when she comes out, like the crowd's been very docile, and then other people come out, she gets big pops. I really, truly, but I all know we love Liv, so it's just like I think personally that's just a signal that she needs to sink her teeth into something. She needs something, and if that's Bianca, she has to tackle Bianca through the Mania season. Let's get it done. Or maybe it's her versus Doudrop through the Mania season. Let's get
that
it
could be interesting.
done. Because
I think either one of those.
Please don't waste Liv. Please.
No, please do not. Or I mean, she could end up winning the Rumble. Who knows?
She could. She could. I don't know, man. I look at it. You look at the posters. Do you see the real match, like part 3, really single with Bianca versus Becky at Mania? Is that a money match, or is Liv versus Becky a money match?
I mean, my gut reaction says Bianca Becky.
Yeah.
That's right away.
That's the only thing. Like that's why I'm like, hey, that's okay with Liv, because that means Liv is such at a place where we're always want her fitting for a title. Now just give her something to sink her teeth into. And I think you already made Doudrop into a heel. Like, hey, that's where you can go, Doudrop. That's where you can go.
So we're talking about WrestleMania season, and we're talking a lot about the women of the WWE and Alexa Bliss. Yeah, dude, okay, so what did we think of this segment on Raw with Alexa Bliss? I told you, I'm like, I don't think she's gonna be live yet. I think they're gonna wait. Are we trying to exorcise this demon from Alexa Bliss to bring back the goddess? Is that what
Absolutely. And I love, you know what? And I love it. Why I love it? Because rarely, very rarely, was it doctor? Rarely do we get explanations in wrestling. Like usually she'll just pop up and, oh yeah, I'm goddess, and then like she's back. But now we have to work towards that. We have to cross each dot towards it, and I actually love it. The only thing I did not like about it, and I think the reason why a lot of people felt it was a little weird, was the ramping, like the ramping of the shots. Like it was, when she every time she like picked something up and threw it, it was ramped up speed, and then it went to regular speed, and then she's like, the
Matrix is popular.
It was like, what? Why are you guys ramping up shit? Like, what is
so weird?
What is this? This is not a fight scene. Like, I didn't understand that part. But I mean, look, I love the fact that she has to exercise her demons. I really do. And I think it's a big call to us as humans. Like, we all got to exercise our demons, guys. Therapy is great. We should all go.
Hey, I second that 100%. So we were mentioning the Women's Royal Rumble, and Friday night on SmackDown, we got a couple of competitors that were announced, and one of them was, and I quote, the Impact Wrestling Knockouts champion, Mickie James. What? First of all, I think this, there's the door is swinging the other way now. So Mickie James is going to be in the Royal Rumble, announced as Impact Wrestling's knockout champion. I still am like, what is happening? This is so strange, but it's also very cool that WWE is like, all right, I guess we should do this too. So Mickie James is in the Rumble. I think they also announced the Bella Twins, Lita, Michelle McCool, Kelly, and Summer Rae. So there's a couple of things, and we've talked about this throughout the throughout the weekend. Are you bummed we didn't? I know we haven't announced everyone, and there's still room for surprises, but Royal Rumble usually is all about, the surprise number 3 or like 7. Those are usually, you go like, oh boy, who's gonna come out? Like when AJ Styles came out, that was absolutely crazy. That's probably one of the best Rumble moments.
The
When
best.
Edge came out, that was like crazy for a number of reasons because we didn't want him to die. And there's just like
Kobe,
a bunch of
Kobe night. That was crazy.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was a crazy.
Never forget that Rumble. Never forget that Rumble.
Yeah. But are you like there's no surprise so far? Are you a little bummed that we didn't hold anything to the vest as a surprise, or do you think it's kind of like a wait and see with the women's Rumble, because we'll talk about the other things that are circulating?
Honestly, to be completely frank, this is the most excited I've been for a Rumble in a very long time. And it's because of this. Like before, since AJ debuted, we thought, the next year would be Kenny Omega. Then we thought possibly Jay White, last year. And then every year but when AEW happened, it was like, oh, like it kind of went away. So then it was like big NXT things. And, it was always something, but it wasn't the excitement that it's at now. And I think that's exactly why they announced it. And that's exactly why they only announced 18 and then Charlotte announced as 19. And it's the perfect way to do it. Like with those rest 11, right? The 11 women competitors left. Those could be all extreme surprises. Those could be NXT, whoever. You're going to get excited because you don't know. And Royal Rumble literally is probably my favorite pay-per-view of the year. And I've never been this much more excited because it shows that it's possible. Now, granted, the Forbidden Door just may be the who said it in the chat? Who said the trash bag line in the chat? I think it was Matthew.
It was Ken. There it is.
Oh, it's Ken. There it is. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So it was Ken. That said, like it just may be a make men's like, hey, we're sorry about that. And also, she just may be getting into the Hall of Fame this year. But whether or not they mentioned Impact Women's Champion, they already were going to main event Hard to Kill. Now with going against Hard to Kill with Purrazzo losing but potentially winning the Ring of Honor Women's Champion soon, and with Roxy potentially being in WWE very soon.
A lot of moving parts.
It's a lot of moving parts, and with ROH going under, but with all these moving parts going on, I think it's very viable and possible that we see more people, not only from Impact, but from New Japan and possibly AEW.
Look at this bold statement.
Ooh.
WWE buying Impact by June. I don't think WWE is going to be buying anything because they're going to get sold to another company.
Well, content is king, right? So
that's true. They could just buy up the library.
Well, no, they could buy the company and then sell the whole company at value, right? Like they could buy an Impact, and then whoever they sell to, they sell to Fox. Like they said, they wanted Disney to buy it. So if they sell to Disney, and Disney, they have to come like, look, we own this much content in this space on these television products and these live event shows, and that like this is how much we own. So yeah, you may want it to buy us for 10 billion or 20 billion. Yeah, up that a couple more billion.
You think WWE's worth $20 billion?
I think so, for sure.
Really?
Because if you're thinking like if you were to sell, what is the, you know what, I'll do it right now. What is the Los Angeles Lakers worth? $5 billion. $5 billion dollars that the like it's and they don't own as much TV real estate as WWE
and history.
In history, like content.
Yeah.
So I think for sure they would,
because technically if you own WWE, you also own all of those tape libraries.
You own every people. I think people don't understand how expansive WWE actually is. Like, I know we talked about, and I want to bring up Black and Gold again, and just like how they wanted to basically take over the world, but they have TV distribution in every part of the planet.
Yeah.
Like WWE, when people talk about wrestling, it's like Kleenex. WWE is Kleenex. Like that's how embedded it is.
Yeah.
When people talk about the NBA, they don't say Lakers. Like it's millions of options.
Triple H starts his own promotion with Regal. You heard it here first, folks.
Come on, guys. Like, look, I will buy in because the colors will be black and gold. And and who's gonna the first theme song you would hear in that promotion?
I don't know. Triple H's?
No, man. You would hear, be yourself, you can't be no one else. Every day you gotta give them hell. This world is breaking apart. This rebel.
Well, I mean, that kind of transitions into some other rumors we've been hearing about the Forbidden Door not being closed for Rumble. We've heard a lot more rumors that they're still trying to work something out with someone. Do you have any predictions on who that might be in chat? I'd love to hear who you think might also be joining Mickie James and walking through that Forbidden Door.
Well. Do I have predictions? I tell you. I will tell you my predictions. The first one, which everybody may know and everybody may think they know what I'm going to say, it's going to be Bryan Danielson, man. It's either going to be Bryan Danielson or Chris Jericho. Those are the two people that one AW was like, yeah, QT Marshall.
Could you imagine if QT Marshall walked through this Forbidden Door? It would catch fire and we'd never he would just be stuck.
The only way I want to see QT Marshall walk through the Forbidden Door, if he walks through and he comes out and right after him you hear, I spit on people who are cool. And they both bite their apple and then he spits on them. Yeah, look, I honestly think, I of course I want Kenny Omega. Of course I want Adam Cole. Like, for Adam Cole walking through the Forbidden Door will blow the roof off of that place. But I honestly think it's gonna be a former WWE legend, which Daniel Bryan wrote a beautiful Players Tribune thanking WWE, and he has not bashed them not once. Let that happen. Chris Jericho coming will blow the roof off of that place, and like with his old music, like I
don't know. I think he'd come out to. Judas.
No, he will not.
You don't think he would?
Vince McMahon would.
What the hell is this?
Do I own it? No, we cannot play it.
True. Yeah.
It's because all of the publishing goes to Stephanie. So it can't happen. But I think it's gonna be a WWE legend. And my last absolute pitch at this, because I know you have an amazing one, by the way. My last absolute pitch at this is, of course, be yourself, you can't be no one else. Dun, dun. Every day you gotta give them hell. Sing it with me. This world is breaking apart. Come on. This rebel heart. I will be the CM Punk guy. I won't be in the crowd, but I'll be wherever I'll be watching that, and I'll just be there.
I thought I was the The big Gargano fan.
I mean, you are, but I am as well. And Gargano. I'm sorry.
Oh my God! Yeah, see,
yeah, it's the singing. It's bringing up them.
So
get choked up thinking about Johnny Gargano.
Oh my God!
Well, who do you got?
My idea. We've already got the storyline brewing right now on over on, I guess, TBS right now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how likely it would be, but man, oh man, if you thought MJF wouldn't shut up about the bidding war in 2024 now, just imagine if he was to walk out during the Rumble.
Bro,
imagine that. I think that would be a lot of fun for numerous reasons. That's the one that I'm thinking of the most. I think that would be something. But also, hey, X-Pac in the Rumble would be great. I know he said he wants to give it one more go. I think that would be fun. Or the 1 2 3 Kid. I think that.
I think
the 1 2 3 Kid.
If he comes out of 1 2 3 Kid, 1 2 3 Kid was literally my first favorite wrestler.
Oh my God!
If he comes out of the one, the only reason is because he did the 3 kicks in the corner. I just thought that was like the coolest thing. Just and then the spinning heel kick at the end. Yeah. Oh my God! I thought that was it. I thought he was the guy. Yes, I think MJF walking through the forbidden door will make all the sense because one, he's been teasing this. What's up, Derek?
What's up, Derek?
He's been teasing this whole time, right? And I think to add more legitimacy to this feud and like to have the AEW fans hate MJF. This is what you do. You have him go to the Rumble. You have him get eliminated by somebody, whatever. And then he goes on Dynamite and he talks the biggest ish for the rest of the years, for the next 2 years. And then you have him win the title right at the end of the year.
So like a reverse Punk?
Yeah. Oh, yes. 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 Oh my God. It'll blow. Like that's how you capitalize off of something like this. That's how everybody wins. WWE wins, AEW wins. We walk home happy. Now, I pose this question to you. Do you think we would see a super card type of deal with WWE now that they don't have to cater to certain audiences? They could literally do some super card like this, make all the money in the world, pay whatever, and then go about their way. And then they could be considered literally the cream of the crop, the upper echelon of sports entertainment, professional wrestling. Do you think now that's in the cards?
I don't know still if it is. I mean, if you look at the last kind of super card we got, which was Noah versus New Japan, it was a lot of like multi-man matches, which there's nothing wrong with that. It's just there's not a lot of like definitive one-on-one matches with, champions and stuff like that. So I could maybe see something if we had a super card. I think we'd be looking at multi-man matches that don't really hurt anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think we'll ever really see a traditional, like, MJF versus The Miz or CM Punk fighting a WWE superstar, or
MJF standing off in The Miz in Royal Rumble will blow people's minds. And them just doing the Spider-Man pose.
They could do it. This could very well happen.
That will be the biggest meme in wrestling Twitter, at least into SummerSlam.
And you know what? It would be even be a better storyline if they make it seem like MJF did it on his own.
Yes.
Like, I just wanted to go see because I might be there in 2 years.
That is the opening promo on Dynamite.
Yeah, they could do a lot of good stuff with MJF being the one. But, I don't know. Might not. It probably won't happen, but would be very cool if they could figure it out.
I wish Keith Lee came back for the Rumble. I wish at these moments, I wish you could get a Keith Lee at the Rumble. I wish you can get Malachi Black at the, because they just have them get eliminated. And like WWE audience that only watches WWE, like they would pop for it because they'd be like, "Oh, I remember him," and then fade away. And then also the us as a collective, we'll all go, "What?" And just it'll be amazing. And then you have Big E win. Like that's the only, like I don't see anybody else winning. And I know we're not picking winners, but you don't treat that man the way you treated him with that title, and you not have him win the Royal Rumble. If you do, you just showed your card. You showed how much you really cared about putting Big E in a prominent position. Same thing I said with Bianca Belair, but we're not talking about that.
So we talked about our forbidden door just in professional wrestling, and we talked a little bit about it with what did you call it? The corridor?
The prohibited portal.
There you go, the prohibited portal in WWE, and we're getting that with Seth Rollins announcing on Raw that he's going to wrestle for the Universal Championship against his brother, Roman Reigns, at Royal Rumble. Now, we thought this would be our Mania match. We're getting it 3 months early. Do you think this is the right time to do it, or should we have waited for the grandest stage of them all?
There's 3 things in life for certain: death, taxes, and Seth Rollins beats Roman Reigns every single time. Absolutely, they pull the trigger right now. Like, this makes me feel like we're watching wrestling back in, Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era. Anything could happen in the Fed, guys. And this made me feel like anything can happen. Now, granted, we also talked about the top of the card on SmackDown was very thin in the men's department.
Yeah.
And now, like Roman said last Friday, look, I smashed everybody you sent. So unless it's you, I don't care. Send whoever. And then we heard, boy, oh boy, did he send whoever. He sent the man that can't seem to beat. He has not beat Seth Rollins.
No.
And so if you want to take the title off of the head of the table, the tribal chief, in order to make him go from the tribal chief to the Mad King, you put the King Slayer, you put the Beast Slayer, you put the Visionary, you put the Drip God, you put Seth freaking Rollins on the case, and by God, I'm all here for it for Rumble. This is a money-making match.
Yeah, I mean, this makes Rumble feel more special than it already does. Do you think there's any chance? I know Seth says there are 3 things that you can count on in life. Can we count on that third thing to happen again at the Royal Rumble?
Absolutely. I think we could count on that at Rumble.
You think that we will have a new Universal Champion at Royal Rumble?
I think we have a new Universal Champion at Rumble. I don't know how long, but I wouldn't be surprised if we have a new Universal Champion. Because who else? Who else gonna beat him?
At this point, I don't know. Do you think it's shenanigans with Brock?
With Brock. That's a good one.
Because we're still keeping that up. That's still a thing that we're keeping in everyone's eye line.
I don't know if it's shenanigans with Brock. I don't know, but I feel maybe Seth. I don't know, man. It's. I love it though. I love it because we don't know, and it's really great. Yeah, I don't. But it's going to be very interesting them telling this story with the next couple of weeks, because do you think how much is Dean Ambrose going to walk through the forbidden door and Rumble?
Absolutely not. No.
I'm actually this again. Is Dean Ambrose going to walk through the forbidden door on Rumble?
Match?
I wouldn't be surprised if Dean Ambrose is the guy that walks through the forbidden door on Rumble and then he somehow interferes with this match.
Hold on, I gotta check something.
What happened?
Because I need to check when Hammerstein Ballroom is.
The 20, isn't it the 29th?
It's the 23rd.
The 23rd.
So when is
the 29th?
Rumble's the 29th. Okay, I mean, could still happen. That is an interesting theory, but I think like, so are you saying that he's not a Rumble entrant, he's just there?
He could be. I think he could be both. If he is a Rumble entrant, and we know that Seth, I feel that Seth and Roman will close the show. Brock and Bobby will open the show. The Rumbles will be in between. He shows up in the Rumble. Whatever happens, they're not going to do a backstage segment with the brothers. Like he keeps. This is they're showing the Shield thing. Come on. This has to be it. This is my pick. This is why Seth Rollins is at Rumble.
I mean, that would be interesting, but I mean, I don't know. Ambrose had all right, Jericho, here's why I left. And it was just like.
But it wasn't even bad. It wasn't bad. It was literally, it wasn't about Vince. It was Kevin Dunn. Yes. Like in the book. Yes. But it was all like, hey man, like, look, it is what it is. And we know WWE is about one thing they're about producing moments and not continuity, right? So like if they could get Dean Ambrose to walk through the forbidden door and walk back as John Moxley, do you not think they're gonna capitalize on that Shield money?
Oh, they would, absolutely. Absolutely, they would.
For a night? Come on, man.
One night only, Shield.
You have Rollins do you have Dean Ambrose do one more job, one more help to Seth Rollins, and he walks out and he's never seen again until it's time to put him in the Hall of Fame.
Wow.
And Rollins runs with that. That drives the head of the table to the Mad King. And now we have going into Mania, we can have a part 2 at a night. We can have whatever, Brock, Rome. It's a lot now. The opportunities are endless. And we have pay-per-views in between that. So we have headlines after headlines after headlines.
The Forbidden Door, man. Shit's crazy.
And then we got Bailey. We got Bailey possibly coming back for Rumble.
Dude, let's go.
Come on. Ding dong.
Ding dong. I'm down with that.
Rumble, man, this is I'm telling you, I am not over exaggerating. I have not been this excited for a Rumble, and I never thought I was going to be this excited for this Rumble after all the people they released, but now it's like,
No, yeah, same. I think we talked about this morning. I was like, I'm excited. I always like the Rumble, but I'm excited for this year's Rumble.
And they only announced like 9 men or some shit like that. So
yeah, it's not they might have announced more. Let me see here. No, yeah, only 9.
Oh, really? 10, I really 10. Just pulled. Okay, so I really just pulled that out my ass. Like I didn't.
No, you were close. They have not announced 20 other people.
20 other people. You probably give like 7 of those to Legends. Then you can give another 7 of those to NXT. So that's 14 on top of the 10. That's 24. So who are you going to pick in that other 6 besides, hey man, the Gorillas of Destiny? Come on down.
Oh man,
Go face to face with the Usos.
Jeez, that would be nuts.
Like, it's so many things that you could just do just to get a pop off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I mean, that
and
wouldn't work.
then you could have them interact with Finn. Oh
Come
my
on,
God,
man.
dude.
Come on, man. Come on. Let's open that door. Let's really do WWE. You want to make your name, like, I understand you want to be sports entertainment and you want to differentiate yourself from all these other things, but put yourself as the top echelon, as the cream of the crop, as the Sultan of SWAT. Well, maybe not the Sultan of SWAT because that's Babe Ruth, but you can set yourself up that high and say, we don't care, you can't touch us. You're not quote unquote competition to us. You are an alternative, but we're going to give our fans the moments that you can never give your fans.
Damn. You think this happens when Jericho's contract is up? You think he goes back?
I think he goes back because he gets into the Hall of Fame for sure. I think the minute his contract is up, the minute Jericho goes into the Hall of Fame. Absolutely. And then Jericho will go right back to wrestling in AEW.
Yep. Like, all right, bye. See you guys later.
Because now, like, who's gonna headline the Hall of Fame this year? Mickie James.
I literally have no idea. Where they're in St. Louis?
Yeah, I bet you to be. Well, St. Louis for Rumble.
Right. Oh, but yeah. They're in Texas for.
Yeah. I bet you to be Mickie James.
That I could see that. I don't know who else. I literally don't know. I feel like Bam Bam still needs headliners. I don't know, but I think Bam Bam still needs to go in there. Demolition still needs to go in there. There's a bunch of people they need to still put in, but
the Taker. Oh, Taker. Duh.
Oh, in Texas.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was easy. Duh.
All
right, let's switch on over to AEW. I only have one thing to really talk about with AEW, but in the midst of that, I remembered something that we were like, huh? About we opened the show with Bryan Danielson, Hangman Adam Page, Volume 2. And once again, 60 minutes to time limit. We had all three of the judges at ringside, which I believe were Paul White, Mark Henry, and Jerry Lynn. So the judges were in place. So it's like, oh boy, here we go. But the judges were MacGuffin, as you said.
And that's what you call a callback, ladies and gentlemen.
And Hangman Adam Page, after a insanely brutal match, pins and gives Bryan Danielson his first loss in AEW. Now, do you think which match did you like better? And your reasoning can't be because one had a finish. And do you think we should have just done this the first time around?
Well, you can't ask me the second question and then say that I can't say because one had a finish, John. Like, how am I supposed to say that? Because you should have done this the first time around because it had a finish. That's all I'm trying to say. Yes, I love this match. I loved it. I loved the brutality of it. It felt like a fight more than a match. It felt like Hangman Adam Page had to overcome. It felt like Daniel Bryan was making a star, man. I loved everything about this match. I loved, even though it was like you bleed, I bleed, we bleed, we're all bloody family.
Right.
I love this match so much. I was so pissed off it didn't close the show. But this match was incredible, man. I thought Hangman Adam Page deserved to be holding that title as Tony Schiavone was screaming, "The tape decks are rolling. We'll see you next week."
Where do you think Hangman goes from here? Who's next for him? Oh my God, it's Goldberg. No, who's actually next for him? Because we've got some time.
Duh.
Who?
Hook. Duh. He's hanging out with AB in the strip club. Of course it's gonna be Hook. You gotta send Hook. Hey, Hook, after you get done getting the lap dances and putting some ones and some coochies, go ahead and head over to Hangman Adam Page's house, knock on the door, and just stand there, wave your head, and just look at the title and offer him some chips. But then right when he reaches his hand in that bag, snatch it away and walk away. Boom.
You think it well, I mean, Hook, listen, I thought he was a made man before, but now that he's become an internet meme, or more of a meme than he already was.
Hey, send Hook with ones, right? Baby. Send Hook with ones.
They have to bring that up, right?
Probably won't.
No.
Probably won't, but they should. They should have. Hook should be a silent playboy. Like that should be his, like a silent playboy killer. Like he has all the chicks, he doesn't really talk, and then he gets out. He should be like Pete Dunne.
Okay, I could see that. That's actually a really good comparison.
Like he should be Pete Dunne, but the Pete Dunne meets Damian Priest in NXT.
Okay.
Boom. That is Hook's gimmick, and that is a money gimmick. God damn it, Pete Dunne. That should have been your gimmick.
So do we think it's Adam Cole? We think Adam Cole's next in line? No?
Nah. I think we have, unless he's next in line and they just use like he doesn't win, they use this time to like help build the tension between the Elite and the Paragon. Is it Paragon?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. The Elite and Paragon. Unless they use that time to build that, but you know, I don't know. I don't know because I think MJF is tied up with CM. Well, I mean, I think MJF is tied up with CM Punk. And then who else do you look towards that's a big heel? Wardlow is tied up with MJF.
Oh, I mean, as soon as they turn Wardlow,
oh my God, Wardlow is
over.
Bruce Pritchard is chomping at the bit at Wardlow. Bruce Pritchard is foaming at the mouth. He is sitting outside of Wardlow's house every single night, like, hey, buddy, hey, your contract almost up.
Oh my God,
contract there? Yeah, I don't know, man. Who do you think? Who do you think is going to be the heel of?
I don't know. I mean, it could be Rusev, not Rusev. It could be Miro. But I think like that doesn't do anything. If Hangman Adam Page is going to be champion for a while,
yeah,
I feel like Miro has taken enough L's right now.
Yeah,
I don't know if I want him to be the next one, but
Cody.
It's like,
Cody. It has to be Cody. It has to, at this point. It has to be Cody.
But it can't. But
it has to be Cody.
He breaks his own rule. Then
come on, winner or heel babyface winner. He is Homelander. Let that man be Homelander. He could break his own.
How does he do that? Is it just like because? Is it just like, you know what, that whole stipulation it's not really working for me, and I talked to TK and he's like, yeah, don't worry about it, so I'm your next challenger or something like that?
No, man. It's I think it's as simple as not yes to what you said, but no. I think it's as simple as, hey, look, TK really wants me to do this. Like I have to appease the execs. You know, this is what I have to do. Wednesday night at Beach Break, I'm taking your title. And that's it. Like nothing more, nothing less. That is it. And I think that's how we get to the championship match. And also, I think he loses. I think Cody loses, and I think Cody again goes to more of the Homelander shit. Like he just dives deeper. Like for sure. Like that to me is his challenge. That is Hangman's. You're able to keep building everybody else, and at the same time, you can build Hangman Adam Page.
Well, Thomas does bring up a good point. I assume when Cody comes back, they're gonna do some weird, like, interim TNT versus real TNT champion. I know, I'm tired of it too. But I mean, that's probably where Cody's going. So if it's not Cody and it's not MJF, could it be Andrade?
Yes. Actually, it could be Andrade.
I think that would be interesting.
That will be that Andrade is the. I think that's it. I mean, we know that we got Brody King coming, but that's a tag team. We know that most likely gonna have Jeff Hardy coming, but that's another tag team. But we got Dawhausen. he's a character, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yes, very evil.
Very evil.
Very evil. So amazing. Yeah, I think it has to be Andrade. You're absolutely right. But look, Cody is my pick. Andrade is your pick. Cody's my pick. The chat says who? The chat says who? Let's see. What did you said?
Chat just says who. So it's got to be Adam Cole, but
would they try to do something like Impact does with Option C with the X title? Road Slider wins back to the TNT belt. He flips the title for title.
Oh. That could be interesting. I forgot they did that. Ken, who did they do that with? Was that Chris Sabin? Where he flipped the title for the world title shot? That sounds familiar.
I honestly think that'll be it. Like, look, him coming back and saying, "Hey, you know what? You did win. I couldn't show up and compete. But the execs, I'm just a man of the people. I'm a man of the people and for this country because I helped solve. You know what? That's not why I'm here to talk about. I'm here to talk about the AEW rap album that's coming. I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here to talk about the execs want me to say that I will be taking your title from you next week, Hangman Adam Page. See you.
Yeah. The other execs have overridden it.
Come on. And then on BTE, like you have the Elite and like Tony, like we didn't override. Did you override?
Yeah, we didn't do that.
We didn't know, but it's like very like subtle, like the camera's catching them as like Adam Cole about to walk in or something to start a bit. He's like, "Did you override? Did you over? Hey, I don't know."
Yeah.
That'll be hire me, Tony.
We're gonna close out before we get to hashtags of the week here. We got a bunch more releases this week.
We just got them now.
No. Well, that was I think it was on Friday or Wednesday. It was on Wednesday. It was right after we recorded, and Bron Breakker kicked down the black and gold X, and then he kicked out various people out of the performance center. We got a lot of people that were let go, including we had Gabe Sapolsky, we had Road Dogg, and I mean the big one for me, Samoa Joe was also let go again. The big one for a lot of us is William Regal. He was a talent scout, a coach, and probably one of the best on-screen GMs I think we've ever had. he, course, War Games. He, of course, had nothing bad to say on his way out in his quote, like a class act. And it's a lot of Triple H's guys. Like Shawn Michaels is still there, I think, just because he's Shawn Michaels. But this feels like, I know we talked about, they've done the rebranding, they've done all this stuff. This feels like the twist in the black and gold. This feels like that's it. And it's sad because a lot of good people lost their jobs for whatever reason. And it's a bummer. And I mean, we could be like, who's going where are they going to go to this place? Are they going to go to this place? But it's just, I think, just an overall bummer. Neeson, when you saw all these releases, what were you thinking? This is just like par for the course now. We just, whenever we see one release, we know 18 other are coming. Or how are you feeling?
I mean, it's no surprise. I don't. All right, now maybe a surprise to some people. I don't own stake in WWE. I don't own stock shares. I don't. I know some people there, but I don't know people like that. Are in my immediate circle there. I'm not family members with the McMahons. I'm not family members with the Levesques or anything in that nature. But I felt that this was a personal attack on me. I felt that they literally said, Neeson, you know what? I hate that you're a fan of WWE. And I just want to remind you, I don't know, quarterly. And it was just an attack. And so that's what my initial thoughts. And I'm like, no. Not everything's about you on a Tuesday. It was about it was literally about Triple H, man. Like I felt like this was a thing of two things. One, hey, you didn't win, you lost. Two, your projects didn't work. And we do talk a lot about NXT, and we hold it to high acclaim. But the projects didn't work. More than not, because they're not WWE main roster ready. It was a different brand. NXT, when it was NXT Hulu, was what it is now. But then the Four Horsewomen started to change it. Sami Zayn, Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, Kenta.
I mean, Enzo and Cass were a big act.
Enzo and Cass were a big act, but they did not win the NXT titles.
But then they were, I mean, a lot of the people we're mentioning got called up and were actually, some of them are still there and still killing it.
Yeah. But I think Enzo and Cass would have won. I mean, I think they would have been bigger acts if other things didn't happen, right? But that's what I'm saying. A lot of their quote unquote prizes, potential people didn't pay off on the main roster, right? Even we look at Shayna Baszler, which everybody loved her dominant run. We looked at Ember Moon. We look at Bianca Belair, which didn't get a run in NXT, but is doing phenomenal things. We look at Rhea Ripley, which granted was bigger in NXT UK and did her thing in the Mae Young Classic, but did not get a real run in NXT because of Charlotte Flair. And now is doing, is prominent on every week and doing her thing and helping to make Nikki almost a superhero. So,
well, almost a villain now.
Yeah, now nope. What did she post? I loved it too. She posted a picture this morning of Nikki on her Twitter that said, everybody needs a hero and like I'm it or something like that. And I was just like, oh yes. Why?
Nikki said that?
Nikki said that. Like,
dude,
because every villain is a hero in their own story, and I that is one of my favorite lines in life, and I love it. I love it.
I sincerely hope, not to go off on too much of a tangent, I hope we get like before Nikki was signed with WWE villainy. She was great. That's where I first saw her, was in Shimmer, where she was doing heel work, and I was like, this is great. And then when she signed with WWE, I was like, this is going to be amazing. And then they made her a crazy person, which is fine. But she can do so much more. I'm very interested to see if we see that character come back, because I think she could do a lot of good with the being a villain. WWE needs to release. I assume it needs to stop releasing people. Enough of this BS. I mean, I would love for everyone to have a job, but I think there's still opportunities for everybody elsewhere in other promotions to make money. And once you've been with WWE, usually when you go back to the indies, you're in high demand, so you can still make money doing your craft. So,
and honestly, man, like, these releases aren't bad releases for as much as, look, and Adam Cole wasn't a release. But if we're talking like releases like Malachi Black, Keith Lee, people that we thought could actually like make money on the main roster, but they're not bad releases because they didn't know what to do with them.
Yeah,
like they didn't know how to use them properly in a WWE vein. Killer Cross, which we all thought should have been main roster, but again fell victim to the NXT brand because it was such a different brand. But that's why, and I go back, that's why I loved it, because I felt like I wasn't watching 2 hours of the same thing that I have to watch 5 hours for during a week.
Yeah.
Like NXT 2.0 is just, we're watching 7 hours of the same content. 7 hours, guys.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. So hey, man, yeah, they need to stop releasing people for sure. But especially women, because they could use more women. But I feel like they're releasing enough people to weed out who they actually have, and now they could concentrate on who they actually have. They were concentrating on Tony Storm, but sometimes when you gotta go, you gotta go.
All right, shall we get to hashtags of the week?
Let's get to the hashtags of the week. I'm gonna make a little bumper for that.
All right, I'm gonna go first.
Of the week. Go ahead.
All right, my hashtag of the week is actually a hashtag that I had a couple of weeks ago, but this show happens this weekend, so I think everybody should check it out. My hashtag of the week is Terminus, which is Jonathan Gresham and Baron Black's new promotion. It airs on Fight TV, which is amazing because we didn't know if it would, and the card for this show is absolutely amazing. I mean, you have Gresham taking on Josh Alexander. You have Bandito versus Baron Black. Jay Lethal versus Lee Moriarty. A lot of great matches. This should be a fun show. Fight.tv. Go buy it and watch it. Let's support a new promotion. And I'm excited. I'm excited for this. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. That's my hashtag of the week. Go check out that show. Support new promotions, guys.
That's actually a pretty great hashtag. I was struggling to try to find a hashtag that I was going to come up with, and I didn't want to, because I could have did the Bivens thing again, could have did the Forbidden Door thing again, but I will say this: my hashtag of the week is count your days, WWE. Why count your days? No. It's not because you killed all black and gold and I'm waiting outside the Stanford building with something. Not at all. It's because the boss, the blueprint, the standard, the GOAT, the queen of the cell, the DDT Mandalorian, the ESPY award winning, and now the ESPN Game Day National Football Championship package starring Sasha Banks is Disney bound through and through. Adios, muchachos, to the WWE. Look, Fed, you had a good time. You had a good run. You had 7 years with the Boston Blueprint, the Standard, the GOAT, the Queen of the Cell, the DDT Mandalorian. But it's time to go. Disney is now in her pockets through the Mandalorian, through the ESPN, and through Fox Friday nights. Now, she has not been on Raw, mind you. She has been solely on Fox Friday nights, which is a Disney-owned company. Hey, guys, all I'm saying is count your days. And us as fans, as the WWE universe, of the fans of the great sport of professional wrestling, when you have the Undisputed commenting and retweeting and posting Sasha Banks on their page and feed, it's only this much time until she ends up on the shop with LeBron James talking about how much her body takes and tolls and her traveling and how she's looking into acting. And then right after that, she's going to be starring in Ryan Coogler's Black Panther 2 or maybe the Black Panther series. And I'm all for it because I am here for the Boston Blueprint, the Standard, the GOAT, the Queen of the Cell, the DDT Mandalorian, the ESPY award winning Sasha Banks. Count your days, WWE.
Maybe they should maybe give her some goddamn press for all this shit she's doing.
I don't think they like it too much.
Maybe they won't have to count their days. But I mean, how many WWE fans that don't watch Disney Plus do you think knew that she was on The Mandalorian? Like none of them. Nobody knew.
None of them. Not at all.
Nobody knows.
Not at all. They don't. They want you to watch Sasha Banks through WWE programming.
Yeah.
They don't want you to watch through Disney Plus programming. Also, side note, Eternals drops at midnight, guys. Book of Boba Fett drops at midnight, guys. Disney Plus. Make sure you watch it. Outtakes, deleted scenes, the IMAX version, all on Disney Plus for your streaming pleasure at midnight. And that's what your boy is going to be doing. So make sure, hey, let's have a watch along. Hey, let's tweet about it. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at YRF Squad so we can talk about it and tweet about it because I'm going to be live tweeting Eternals and just how great and slept on of a movie that was.
I'm excited. I'm excited to watch it. I did not know that. That's great. And I mean, we'll talk about Book of Boba Fett off air because I don't really think this is the time and the place. But I'm just watching it.
Yeah, me too. I'm just watching it. Yeah.
I'm just watching it. I don't think I'm as big of a Star Wars fan as I ever thought I was, which probably wasn't that much. Anyway, guys, follow us on the Twitters, on the Twitch. I'm trying to go live all the time. I'm probably going to go live in about an hour and a half, and I'm about to sneeze right now. Let's see if we can hold. I think we're good. Yeah.
All right.
Wow. Jeez. So I'm going to be live on Twitch, probably playing the show here in a little bit. What else?
Play Call of Duty with us anymore, guys, because the show is the game. The show, and I won't play show with him because he'd kill me.
That's my bread and butter right now. I'm down to play. If you want to play, do you want to do multiplayer or do you want to do? I don't care.
I mean, I'm a multiplayer guy, but we could do a Warzone.
It doesn't matter to me. I'm down to play multiplayer.
Let's do it,
it's
baby.
Double XP weekend this again.
Ooh, Double XP weekend.
And they got that new SMG they released. So there you go. Anyway, guys, let's see. Let's run it down. Facebook.com/THS Wrestling News. YouTube.com/that hashtag show TV. Twitch.tv/that hashtag show. Instagram.com/THS.wrestling. But most importantly, guys, that hashtag show.com for everything trending in geek pop culture. And we'll see you guys next week.
Bye, Nixon. Bye.
Tetsuya Naito back on top, baby.